I'm going to share with you some important keys to quantum leaping, okay? So, if you're familiar with me and how I teach, I do not teach logical. Logical is boring. I like manifesting completely illogical things, okay? So, there's one main key. I would say two main keys. One is to remove all limits. Literally anything is possible. The best case scenario you can dream up, like even if it involves recreating like your entire identity, your past memories, everything, and just like total clean slate, that is just a fraction of what's available to you. Anything you can think up or dream up already exists within the quantum field. It's a matter of tapping into it. So one of the most important things you can do is drop all limits. Stop trying to look for evidence. Stop trying to get people to validate it. Trust your inner experience. Whatever you can dream up, you can have. This is all happening within your conscious awareness, by the way, because you are God and you create through your conscious awareness. It's nothing physical is actually real, okay? It's an illusion. So the next two tips kind of tie together. It's collapsing the programs of time and space within your mind. So what this looks like is releasing the idea that what you want, you don't already have, that it's somehow there's space between you or there's a process needed. So you can do this through the law of assumption, like really being like, no, actually this dream reality that I have, when I close my eyes, what I see, that is real. It exists. I can have it. It's ready for me. I don't need to change. I don't need to do anything to get it. In fact, there is no space between it. I already am it. And then, start detaching from the old story. Understand that everything you've experienced up until now, everything you currently see in your reality is not real. It's an illusion. Let it start falling away. You're going to notice huge shifts in your consciousness as you do this. You're going to notice that things don't trigger you. You're going to notice, like, you likely, if you haven't had a Kundalini awakening yet, likely this will happen. For me, this happened. You're going to start feeling delusional, but you welcome it. It's like a good feeling. You're like, thank God, I finally feel alive again. Like things just start healing. You're feeling like you'll feel your energy centers open. You're going to feel life force energy flowing through you, tingly, likely crown chakra, like all the things, right? Like this is how it happened for me. You're going to start detaching from time. Like you stop buying into that completely, because this is what keeps you anchored into your current reality. It's not even real. It's an illusion. It's being like, but I've experienced this for so long, I should be further ahead. No. Who you think you are, current set of circumstances, is just a character that you have been experiencing life through. You are life itself. You are God. You are consciousness. You are here no matter what. You're always here. There is no time. There is no past, present, or future. That alone, that realization alone sets you free. You don't need to complete certain things in a life. There's like, it's all an illusion. So you lose your attachment to 3D. You realize you don't owe anyone anything. You have nothing to prove. You're totally at peace. You're like at peace with however it comes. You know you can choose the new reality and you can fully embody it. And you know that time doesn't exist. You know that there doesn't need to be an unfolding, because you're already living it in another parallel reality, another dimension, whatever. Like you don't even need to understand it all, right? You just know it exists and you go within, follow. Your heart's the portal. You trust your desires, you trust your inner experience, and release the concept of time. Release the idea that you've been experiencing something one way for so long and you think you failed. No, it's impossible to fail. Everything you've experienced got you to this point, so actually you succeeded. Congratulations, here you are. And you release the idea that any time needs to lapse in order for you to get there, because you're already here, you already are it, you choose it, you can have it. Does that make sense? It's very like, you really have to let go of your mind and everything you've ever known. And you have to be willing, in my personal opinion, you have to be willing to surrender everything in your life, right? Because that's the other thing that can keep you tied to your current reality, is like you have attachments that you're not aware of. Like it can be attachments to a person. It can be attachments to what you think you need to accomplish. It can be attachments to like, there's so many things, like problems that you think you have to solve. You can just go straight to the end. You can just tap into the reality you want to be in, and those problems don't exist. They either already solved themselves, or you realize that like it never even existed anyway. It wasn't like, it's like it never even happened. I hope this makes sense. I'm doing my best to explain it. It's something that you really have to live. You can't really logic your way there. Some things you can say and affirm and like ask for if you're struggling to understand this is ask for understanding, ask for wisdom. Start with the desire that you desire to really know and understand yourself and your power. Start connecting with your imagination more. If you are stuck in a lot of trauma and very attached to problems, like that's typically harder to access your imagination and intuition. So what I would do is start working with regulating your nervous system. Like no matter what's going on, just I'm here, I'm safe, and start really connecting with yourself, self-care, that type of stuff. From there, once you stop reacting and being so attached to your 3D, you're going to find your imagination comes alive and you start really remembering who you are and your creative power, and you start traveling to these other dimensions, and you realize you can shift instantly. You see through the illusion. So another thing you could say is, I see through the illusion. I see clearly. Affirm that you're aligned with your highest timeline. If you're not sure what that is, sometimes you can be very attached to your plan of how you think things need to go, but your heart has bigger and better plans. So you can tune into your heart and be like, show me, what is my highest? What is my highest? What do I really want? These are all ways to help you make the shift in consciousness. Some things I would like to close with is, you're perfect where you are. You haven't messed up. It's impossible to mess up. It's impossible to fail. Worthiness is not even a thing. Sometimes we have to like work through. I even have a program around that, like a little mini program, because sometimes that's something we need to work through and make peace with within our consciousness first. But like from the end, like from a higher perspective, it's not even a thing. You can be, do, or have whatever you want. There are absolutely no limits. You can close out timelines at any time. You don't owe anyone anything. You're going to get there. Keep going. Trust where you're at. Trust what you're feeling called to. And above all else, I would really encourage you to focus on daydreaming, really focus on creating your inner world. That is, for me, what sped things up, and really release any idea of what you think you know. Just let go, and notice how good it feels to let go. I love you.